Human.
Yes, that's the name of the studio, would you believe?
That's a name I'm not familiar with.
No, it's a very Japanese studio. You'd be shocked to hear.
Would you have any idea how well it stood the test of time?
What's that?
Did it stand the test of time, or is it kind of gone under?
I will probably throw some trivia in as we're talking. So,
oh, very good.
To kind of add to the ambiance of the game. So yes, hello everybody. It's your old friends at Monday Madness, and welcome to the return of the Cthulhu series. Yes, lockdown can only hold us up so much. It's myself, Jonathan, and Paul joining you here, as we are about to play the next game that the powers that be decided that Paul should play. And this time, we're going back to 1995. We're going back to the SNES of all things, and we're playing Clock Tower.
Sorry, I thought it was called Clock Tower Girls, but it's called Clock Tower. Okay.
Yes. So, Paul, have you heard of anything about the Clock Tower series?
No.
Yes. So you're going into this completely blind.
It appears I'm going in blind, unknowing, and have vague apprehension. Vague apprehension, as one should properly do when playing these games. Not a matter of how terrifying essentially is the content, but how frothing with frustrated rage will I be? How soon?
Very good, very good. Yes, exactly. So that's the whole point of the whole point of this series is very much like, obviously it's a horror series. It's perhaps an underrated series in the grand scheme of things. Very Japanese horror. Very much like this one takes its inspiration from a few movies. You'll probably notice it as it starts, and very much kind of keeps on that vein, I guess, throughout the whole game. But Paul, if you want to just press a button there, we can get started. Try other buttons. More buttons. There we go.
Okay, thank you.
So you want to pick a game start there. Okay, try S.
There you
go. Remember, it's Japanese logic, so everything's kind of like left to right, right to left.
Oh, yeah, I know. A Japanese PlayStation, and for some reason the main interface uses circle as select and X to cancel. It's maddening.
Well, X is known like that. It's Batsu in Japan.
Madness.
So,
it happened in September.
It happened in September. What could it possibly mean by that?
It means it was hot as balls and full of flies.
Yeah, that's fair.
Laura, hurry up! I want to be there before sunset.
Yes.
I'm guessing on the agent dialogue.
Yeah. So, this is not. It's more so explained in the game manual. But what the story is here, Jennifer is the character we're playing as. The dark-haired girl there, you can see in the white shirt. Jennifer and her friends were wanted as daughters, as they were all raised in the Granite Orphanage. Jennifer's parents died while she was still very young and was always on the quiet side. Everything was fine in the orphanage with her friends and things were looking alright. In September of 1995, a lady named Mary Barrows, which is the woman you see there on screen, found it in her heart to adopt Jennifer and her friends, taking them to her nice mansion. But as soon as Mary went to find Mr. Barrows, all hell would break loose.
So, I mean, let's think about it. What would this crazy old bat want with a bunch of young women? And the answer just isn't going to be good.
No, it's not, because this is a horror game. We know what to expect. So she's going to go off and find Mr. Barrows, and all the girls here, you can see on screen, just going to have to wait for her.
Sorry, is the icon picture face of the person who's speaking, who is clearly blonde?
Not completely. I know. Yeah, it's the graphics are portraying him a little bit there, but yeah, that's the whole idea of it. So now, Paul, we're in control.
Oh, right. Now we have a well, not a mouse, but we have a SNES.
A cursor, yeah.
Yeah.
So SNES approximation of it. So yeah, whenever you can get to a button, to a thing you can interact with, if you press the I suppose the I think it is the X button, you can interact with it with the person you have there.
Okay, it is. Okay, it's almost jumping, but there we go.
You'll get the hang of it. It's just it's the controls as well we're trying to get used to.
Okay, so you walked in a position to talk to them. That's
So you can kind of see they're slightly Japanese faces as well. You know, if you kind of like approximations of it, I guess.
Yeah, except there's a girl with red hair. Well, two actually.
Yeah.
With different kinds of red hair, I suppose.
So the girl in the green there is Anne. So if you want to point your cursor down in direction.
I'm just gonna I missed her on it completely. Hey Anne. You know. Yeah, I mean, valid question. I mean, apparently been adopted by him.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like to know, like, how creepy is he before happened, but
unfortunately, we didn't get that luxury, so we're jumping straight in.
When a rich old lady wants to just buy a whole bunch of kids, she can just do it, no questions asked.
Yes, exactly. So this is Laura, by the way.
Okay, and we arrived with these people, so we're asking them for updates to the situation when they know literally as much as we do.
Yep.
And we're just that kind of vapid person that constantly feels the need to ask questions.
Exactly.
Like, repeatedly to people who just don't know.
You're forgetting that Jennifer is the protagonist. It's kind of her job to ask questions.
I suppose it is a tough job.
This is Lotta, by the way. She's obviously the paranoid one. And the most androgynous one, it's fair to say, based off the hair.
Yep.
So yeah, like this, you can kind of take this chance to get used to the controls, I guess. But
okay. So apparently this table is addressable.
Yes. Or maybe not. It's just a table. Sometimes I know people can take it too far with the analysis, but sometimes a table is just a table.
Okay, so we lead her.
Yeah.
So the way this control works is that point direction and you say go there.
Essentially, yeah.
Or go in that direction actually, because I haven't picked anything else. I'm not holding anything down. It's just this is where she's going.
So the way it works is direction-wise. Obviously, the directional pads moves the cursor around the screen. The Y button will make Jennifer walk to something on screen, which is like the door, maybe there. If you click on select the door there. Yeah. So that's what makes her latch onto something like that. Your X button will make Jennifer stop moving. Your A button will bring up your inventory, whenever you get one. The B button is your panic button, right? So this is what happens whenever you basically get scared. If you constantly press that button, you'll basically save yourself, basically, or try and regain health to evade death, basically.
Which one is that?
The B button.
Okay.
So it's that. Yeah, I think it's that one there. Again, we'll try it from trial and error, I guess. And your L and R buttons, which are your shoulder buttons, that makes Jennifer run left and right.
Well, I can't say interact with the obvious staircase at the moment.
Yes. Again, I don't think we got full control just yet, but we will in time.
So let's just go to the open door, I guess.
Indeed.
The open door, lady. Go to the open door.
Yeah. Well, talk to one of your characters again.
I suppose
we are just waiting here for something to happen.
Okay, so it's not the same thing. The dog has changed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. We've decided we're going to be the one to split the party.
Yes, exactly.
We will wander off alone.
We are the protagonist, so now we are essentially, in a manner of speaking, in control.
But we're not even the one wearing pants.
Mm-hmm.
The trousers one is clearly the one that's wearing trousers. Oh wait. Oh.
Ooh. The main. So there's screams from the main hall.
I mean, we took like a fucking step out there.
Yeah, and look, they're all gone. All three of them.
And I'm fairly certain that artwork's changed.
It could have. Perhaps just the graphics of because it's got darker now, they kind of look a bit more menacing. Could be that as well.
Oh, we can't even like hover over the table this time.
Hmm. So the picture of Jennifer.
Okay, we do in fact have running.
Yes,
Cool.
we now can run. So the picture of Jennifer on the bottom left there is actually your health bar, right?
Okay.
So you have to judge from the kind of from her facial expressions, kind of like the Doom guy health bar.
Well, should we go upstairs or should we go back to where we,
You can go up the stairs if you want. It's your show, Paul.
I think go upstairs.
It's your game. This will give me a good chance to explain the health bar basically. So the actual background of Jennifer there, you'll see it's blue, right? So blue means that you're at full health. Then it'll change colour depending on how low our health is. So if it goes green, then to brown, then to red. Red is basically you've got no like health left. And if the window is flashing, you're panicking. So you have to press the panic button to ease that. And yeah, she'll also have different reactions. So she might look surprised, as it happened there a minute or two ago, because something unusual has happened. And if you see like a
Apparently,
massive...
this is a very strangely shaped wall. It's completely impossible.
Perspective is a hell of a thing. Yeah, if there's nothing down there, then she can't walk there. It's kind of the limitations of the tech as well. So you'll see you've turned yellow there, right? It's because if you stop moving now, stop running, right, she'll regain her strength a bit. Because basically you're running around the place and she's losing her stamina. Basically, that's the idea. So if you walk around a bit, you can ease that basically.
Okay, so we have to run from hit point. We run using our hit points.
It's kind of like it is a cross between a health and a stamina bar in that sense. But yeah, like even stuff like the balcony collapsing there can have an effect on your health as well, just because it spooked you, you know.
Okay.
So it's that sort of stuff.
Right.
But like I said, like Jennifer's health, once like nothing bad is happening, then she won't necessarily be like in harm's way, and then you'll have chances to relax basically. Sometimes like just being idle will regain your health, but I think sometimes you can sit down as well, and that just calms you down a bit. So it's kind of like it's a catch-all, like physical health, mental health, and stamina all in one go.
Right.
Yeah. So let's have a wander around.
We'll go upstairs. Everybody else is locked, so
Yeah.
this is like the one where we can go. So
Exactly,
well. I mean, things went so well last time we went this way.
Exactly. So yeah, you can
shit,
turn on the
lights.
Yeah,
Holy hell.
you can turn on the lights exactly, and then you can go through the door there. So
No.
aim for the door.
Right,
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, the graphics on some sides can get quite finicky, so you might have to get used to that. So you can go through that doorway in there if you just point at it, and then you press the white button, and Jennifer will get to it. That's how it goes.
Oh, we got a hole in the wall right here. This is not a well-maintained looking mansion.
It isn't. It seems like we've been sold a pup here, which is a shame considering we're meant to be living here. So you can climb up that rubble, if you basically point towards the top of it. I think there should be a prompt there somewhere if you keep wandering. There. So yeah.
Come on, you use the fact that you're a child and therefore will climb on all the things.
Well, Jennifer is a teenager. She's about 14, 15, whatever it is. So you got a rock, which is nice.
We climbed all the way to the pile of rubble to get the item rock.
You love to see it.
Okay, fair enough then.
Exactly.
Let's figure out how to apply rock to window.
Well, again, you can try your you stage your inventory there. So yeah, it's kind of like how all these old like adventures used to work. Is that like your whatever item you want replaces your cursor, and you just like hover it over whatever you want to interact with. So that's how it kind of works. So let's keep wandering around and see what happens.
The spooky curtain where everything went complete shit.
As was the style. We can see a courtyard.
Alright.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the advantage to that courtyard?
I mean, I don't know if you can call it a tactical advantage or it's just like it's just something nice to have.
Let's bust up. Well, here's another place. Let's just poke around the first doors we see.
Okay, so
well, that's some spooky artwork.
Yeah, isn't it just? That is rather spooky, isn't it? Just.
Come on, focus on it.
No,
drive yourself insane looking at the spooky artwork.
That's not how it works. And
that's a box.
It is a box, and it's empty, which is very disappointing.
Well, this calls for some TV.
It does call for the. You're quite right there. I couldn't agree with you more. Lots of toss for a beer.
Oh yeah. It is providing sweet, sweet light. Well, here's the actual light switch.
Yes, always helpful in dark areas. But don't quote me. Don't let on that I told you that. Real secret stuff, that is.
Right, I'm just gonna leave that thing blaring static.
Yep. No, it's
that painting does not look any better in the daylight. Hey, a seat. A comfortable sofa.
Yes.
Figure it out.
make it work. Make it work.
Go on. We get an alternate a comfortable seat. Put your ass in the seat.
No, obviously she's happy enough, so we let her be.
Alright, whatever. Let's look at this window. And it's a bit weird, like there's like a completely blank frame of the fireplace.
It is. It's like it was a fireplace. As Jennifer remarks that it's now dark, even though like according to the intro, like it was like a nice day when they got there.
Well, they did specify they didn't want to get there before dark, and they did. So clearly the host are reverse vampires.
Clearly, daywalkers. Can't trust them, lads.
No.
So yes, I suppose there's not really in a way an objective to the game. It's just a matter of surviving, in that sense. But it's almost like what you can do as well. Kind of the result will tell you what ending you get, and there are multiple endings to this. So we'll see what endings we can get, and then if Paul's happy enough, if he's seen enough of the game, then we'll move on to our next game.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, it appears to be a cracked picture with small children in it. 2
small children, it looks like. Again, I'm very impressed with the artwork for that time, to get that something like that onto the SNES. Oh, press the B button.
B.
And she died.
Well.
So, there's your first death of the game.
I mean, okay. Well, that was quick.
That was mildly unpleasant. So yeah, that ends.
I mean, I guess when in doubt, just like a little girl, she dies from throat choking. Who could have guessed?
Who could have thunk it? So yes, you'd be shocked to hear that doesn't count as an ending. That is just a game over. But this game does come with somewhat of an autosave, so you can just jump straight in. Although you did click through the intro again, so.
Oh dear.
I think you can press the start button to skip it. No, you didn't. So.
Oh dang.
Yes. All teething problems, guys. Don't worry, Paul will have this settled immediately.
I mean, we can only hope.
Yes.
Or to the magic of editing.
So, like I said, if I'm not mistaken, I believe there are 9 endings to this game.
Right, and if anyone is concerned at all, rest assured, I am mashing the keyboard as we speak.
Yes, don't worry, it's unskippable. But that's why, like, you'll see in the menu there's a quick start, which makes you skip this part of the game.
Yep. Okay. That. I should have taken my time.
Yeah.
and I've been impatient, and now I have, and through the magic of this, I will learn patience.
Excellent. See, you're learning. That's what the point is. Like, it's life is about learning, lads. I'm not sure. There's graphical glitches happening there. I don't know why. Just go with it. Only playing 20 minutes, and the game is starting to glitch.
You could interpret it that you're basically Groundhog Daying it.
That's possible.
But you're accumulating mental injuries. So it's not like a clean reset.
Yes, exactly.
Because I believe there was actually a couple of horror movies about that, where some girl was Groundhog Day because she kept getting murdered.
Yeah.
But she kept like retaining some injuries.
Yeah, it's a fairly common trope as far as I can remember. It's come up a few times.
Although, because it's not a great movie, those injuries kind of come and go depending on how intense the fight sequence is.
This is true. So yeah, like the endings are basically based on like if you survive, but also what have you either left behind, who have you saved, who's died, that type of deal. There is obviously the super good ending is like kind of like the natural finale of the game, and if you get that, then happy days. If not, then you just see what you get, really. Like I said, the mirror was one of the main was a hazard of the game, but there's various ones in the throughout the rooms and all that. So like take the time to explore, and then like over time, perhaps with like a few failures, you'll know what to avoid and what the targets.
Well, on the bright side, we didn't lose too much progress.
No, we didn't. Like I said, we were just essentially starting, so it's not really not exactly a fault in a sense. But like I said, we'll kind of take this time to see what endings we can get. If we get the majority of them, if we can get the super good ending, then we can kind of call it there.
That's some very high hopes of this.
It is. I'm being optimistic, but I've got faith in our abilities, in my ability to co-pilot and your ability to steer. And we'll see how good your control mapping was, because we can change it if it doesn't suit.
Yeah. Got some things to speed this along. Go to the door.
You have to talk to one of the characters again. That's why it won't show.
Okay.
So again, sometimes the key as well is like you do really want to interact with things, but you also don't want to make us like hit something that might panic you. It's like the mirror. Like you're thinking like, oh, I'll look in the mirror and see what happens, and then you get choked to death. Or maybe you don't even get choked. I think you just die of panic basically. Because it is established you're basically a really shy girl, terrified of the world, I assume. I do like that it waits for you to make a step before it kicks off.
That's almost a dick move.
I don't know if it's a dick move. I think it's just like you as playing the game are going like you could be there wandering around for 15 minutes going like, where is the game? What's happening? And then okay, something's starting to brew here.
I suppose it gives you the option of just not going back here, but then you might get an issue of flags.
Well, there's also that, and you might not know what's going on.
Right. Rock.
Yeah.
Because we got to rock out. I suppose it's very important just to look at the hole. Big enough for a starving child scavenger to utilise to some degree.
Yeah, exactly. It could be something we can check back with later.
I suppose we are probably a skinny teenager.
Yeah. So it's one of those key things where it's important to remember where you are as well. So this is definitely one of those games where you kind of have to map out in your mind, keeping track of the rooms and their relation to everything else. Because it can be if you are going to try and go for the super ending, you definitely need to remember where you're going. That is quite apparent. Oh! Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
See, that didn't happen the last time.
No, it did not.
It's the wrong answer. All you need to know is that it's dark outside. It's dark outside. It's dark outside.
And she totally missed the freaking blinking eyes.
Yes, she did. But you saw it. That's what matters.
I saw it spook. Let's go look at the kids. And now that I have the button, should I try the mirror, or should I give it a miss?
Well, you can give it a go. At least test it out. I noticed some of them are like you have to be quite like violent with the button. I don't know if there's any automatic deaths. That's what I'm not too sure about. I think you can like negotiate your way out of certain things. You have to be quick.
Okay, in this case, I just mash the button.
Try it, just to make sure we got the button down.
Yeah, makes sense.